On Jamaica Magazine today, we're connecting the dots between protecting our planet and caring for our seniors. First, we'll explore the innovative initiatives being used to safeguard our environment against plastic pollution. Then we'll highlight critical programs that provide support and dignity to our seniors. The details are after the news of the day. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Welcome.
The Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin will be conducting the 2025 Jamaica Survey of Living Conditions JSLC starting August 2025. For over 30 years, PIOJ analysis of JSLC data has helped to shape national policy, including on education, healthcare, and social support. When the JSLC team visits your home, participate. Your voice helps guide real solutions. For more information, visit statinja.gov.jm or WhatsApp Statin at 876-569-1083.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry and this is your JIS News for Thursday, September 25, 2025. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness is in the United States for the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA 80, in New York. Dr. Holness says the gathering of world leaders presents a vital platform for Jamaica to reaffirm its commitment to international cooperation and shared action in confronting global challenges. On Wednesday, the Prime Minister participated in the UN High-Level Panel on Sustainable Ocean Economy. Dr. Holness says Jamaica supports the call for enhanced access to concessional finance, with consideration being given to the use of the Multidimensional Vulnerability Index as an alternative to income-based eligibility criteria.
I welcome the Ocean Panel's leadership role in building momentum for the completion of key ocean-related multilateral processes, including increased ratifications of the agreement under the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea and the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity of areas beyond national jurisdiction, or what we call the BBNJ agreement.
Dr. Holness says Jamaica has submitted its instrument of ratification and welcomes the milestone ratification of over 60 countries to the BBNJ agreement. He says this paves the way for the entry into force of the agreement next year. The Prime Minister also reiterates the call for partnership to reduce harmful fishing subsidies, stem illegal fishing, and curtail marine pollution, especially from plastics.
I reiterate Jamaica's support for the work of the Ocean Panel, which has made many strides, and as we look forward to using the ocean to mitigate the impacts of climate change, you can count on Jamaica's full support and voice in this arena.
Also on Wednesday, Dr. Holness held bilateral talks with Canada's new Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Mark Carney. The discussions were grounded in reinforcing the strong bonds between the two countries in areas such as security, regional concerns, and education and training. Prime Minister Holness says Jamaica looks forward to continuing its partnership with Canada to advance shared goals for sustainable development, prosperity, and regional stability. The Prime Minister also held bilateral talks with Kenyan President, His Excellency William Ruto. Dr. Holness thanked Mr. Ruto for supporting peace efforts in Haiti. The Prime Minister also encouraged greater partnership and people-to-people engagement. The UNGA is being hosted from September 23 to 26 under the theme Better Together, 80 Years and More for Peace, Development and Human Rights. Prime Minister Holness is expected to address the United Nations General Assembly on Friday. He returns to the island on Saturday. During his absence, Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Horace Chang oversees government. Stakeholders in the export and import industries are being encouraged to unite around trust and integrity. The call was made by Commissioner of Customs and Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA, Velma Ricketts-Walker. She emphasized that integrity and trust are not abstract ideals, but critical pillars of Jamaica's trade, economy, and national reputation. The Chief Executive Officer illustrated that every successful shipment, from paperwork to port, relies on a web of trust trust among customs officers, customs brokers, port operators, shipping agents, law enforcement agencies, and government.
In the world of trade and commerce, trust is the currency. Integrity is the foundation on which competitiveness is built. When trust is built and integrity is practiced, Jamaica becomes a shining example in the region, a country where trade is safer, fairer, and more open.
Mrs. Ricketts Walker acknowledged that Jamaica, like many nations, faces challenges including corruption risks, smuggling, cyber threats, and counterfeit goods that threaten the integrity of trade. Central to the Commissioner's message were the 5 core values of the JCA, which she likened to the pillars of a strong bridge that carry cargo as well as Jamaica's future.
But here is the key. Customs cannot hold it up alone. And we are not saying that the JCA can. Neither can government, law enforcement, or private sector. We all share the responsibility for its strength.
Mrs. Ricketts Walker was delivering her opening remarks at the JCA's Anti-Corruption and Integrity Panel discussion recently. It was held under the theme, Building Trust, Strengthening Integrity, a Shared Responsibility. Communities across the island not yet covered under the National Rural School Bus Program are being encouraged to submit requests for inclusion to the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC. Submissions can be made through JUTC's social media platforms or via the Ministry of Education, Skills, Youth and Information's communication channels. Corporate Communications Manager at the JUTC, Chantal Thompson, says while the initial rollout targeted areas with highest demand, the company remains responsive to public feedback.
If it's that we've missed your area and there's a demand for area, you can reach out to the JUTC team and then we will do our testing to see, can the bus traverse the road? Do we have enough persons wanting to go on the bus?
Ms. Thompson says the program has received positive feedback from students and parents due to its dedicated service and its affordability.
It's been going good so far, really, really good, and we're happy. Along the way, everything is a trial process, everything we fix as we go, so nothing is perfect, but, we take the feedback from the public and we are changing and fixing so that the students are happy and also the parents are happy.
The JUTC Corporate Communications Manager was speaking on the Jamaica Information JIS television program, Get the Facts. The National Rural School Bus Program aims to provide safe, reliable, affordable, and exclusive transportation for students through collaboration with the Ministries of Transport and Education. And finally, fishers and operators of marine vessels are being strongly advised to check weather reports from the Meteorological Service of Jamaica before they venture out to sea. The reminder comes from Marine Inspector at the Maritime Authority of Jamaica MAJ, Norman Thompson, who stressed that safety begins with the right preparation.
Safety is of paramount within the Maritime Authority of Jamaica. So we ensure that all registered vessels act in accordance with the safety requirements of the Jamaica Harbour Act.
Mr. Thompson was speaking at a JIS think tank. He cautioned that no fisher should venture to sea without first ensuring their vessel is seaworthy. This includes having the appropriate firefighting equipment, life-saving appliances, and a hull free of damage.
Also, there must be watertight integrity, meaning that their watertight doors must be operational and must be properly maintained. Some of the safety requirements on board are 1. Life vest. Life vest should be orange and also it should have reflective tapes on it for easy identification. The life rings should also be orange and it should have reflective tapes on it as well. And you have the hand flares.
Other essentials include Mayday communication tools, fire extinguishers, a first aid kit, air horn, VHF radio, and navigational lights. For more information on vessel safety, please contact the Maritime Authority of Jamaica through their website at maritimejamaica.com. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Pedestrians, stay alert. Keep your head up and stay off the phone while crossing the road. Don't be a distracted walker. Every step matters. Look out before you step out. A message from the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport.
Plastic, once a convenience, now a threat to our beautiful island. Watch as we explore initiatives aimed at transforming our relationship with plastic as we protect Jamaica, land we love.
Jamaica, a jewel of the Caribbean. Our 1,022 kilometers coastline is adorned with harbors, bays, pristine beaches, mangrove swamps, and coral reefs. The name Jamaica, derived from the Taino word Jamaica, means land of wood and water. How fitting for a paradise where beauty flows from lush mountains through crystal clear rivers to turquoise seas. Our marine space is 24 times our land area, and we boast an array of endemic species, truly nature's masterpiece. Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, there you are. So Ryobi tools and OnePlus batteries are pretty clever. They're patented.
Jamaica is particularly vulnerable to the effects of marine pollution. United Nations Environment Programme in 2021 says global concern about plastic pollution of the natural environment is warranted as plastic debris is ubiquitous and poses a threat to biodiversity. In the marine environment, macro and microplastics have been reported in multiple environmental compartments: surface waters, subsurface waters, sediments, the atmosphere, and biota.
Plastics are toxic, and so they impact the species that come in contact with them either by eating them, but they introduce toxins to the environment. And then large pieces of plastics, plastic bags, even plastic rope that we don't think about, cause entanglement. Large marine animals might try to consume the plastic and they get gut blockage. They literally, physically damage the animals. And we don't think about the plants enough, but organisms like mangroves are extremely damaged by plastics.
Of the 800,000 tons of residential waste Jamaica generates annually, 20% is estimated to be plastics, according to the IDB. Plastics like these accumulate in marine environments and fragment into microscopic pieces or microplastics.
We're coming back from a conference and driving along Palisade Street, and
Yes, to us, it's really at a level that can cause problems to humans.
But what caused this problem in the first place?
Once upon a time, plastic wasn't something that we used as often, and it started really growing in its use in around the 1950s because it's cheap, it's convenient. But the problem with plastic is that it never breaks down. And we have a lot of items that are single use because it's also convenient. And so while it doesn't make up the most significant portion of our waste, it looks like it does because it's the thing that stays in our environment the longest.
The other major effort the government would have undertaken starting in January 1, 2019, that's when it became effective. I mean, the work would have started in 2016, was the first phases of a targeted plastic ban targeting certain single-use plastic items. That was plastic bags, styrofoam containers, and plastic straws. One person said, well, why don't you ban all plastic? And I said, well, all plastics aren't created equally, unfortunately. All plastics are non-biodegradable, but some are recyclable and some are not. Some have particular levels of carcinogens which make them more deleterious to human health than others. Plastic bottles are recyclable. And unfortunately, there is not sufficient glass alternatives at the prices that our market could manage. So it doesn't leave us with the genuine option to ban a plastic bottle. That's just not on the table. I mean, we wish it was, but it's not. It's not a genuine option for Jamaica or for most of the developing world. But items like plastic bags and styrofoam and plastic straws and the plastic lunchbox containers that we're taking a look at now are indeed, they're bannable because there are recyclable and biodegradable alternatives for each of the other items that we will target.
The idea is to stop the solid waste and plastics from entering Kingston Harbour using barriers. The technology is primarily from the ocean cleanup. Grace Kennedy and its partners are the local operators. They manage the project. They also provide technology to deal with how to sort what to do with the plastic once it's collected by these barriers. And so the effort really now since about February 2022 to March 2024, they have removed 1.5 million tons of plastic.
So what's next? We all have a part to play in preserving Jamaica's rich marine environments.
Individually,
We can restore our broken blue.
Are you living on or in possession of family land? Do you want to sell or subdivide the property? Use eLand Jamaica to search for details on the property. You can complete a title search and verify the owner before you sell the property. If your name does not appear on the title, register the land or clarify the existing title in your name before you sell. A title is a notice to the world of your ownership of land. For more information, contact the National Land Agency at 876-750-5263 or 876-946-5263. The National Land Agency, one agency, one goal, to serve you better.
As we observe Senior Citizens Month, we hear from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security about the programs in place to support older persons in our society.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Theodore Henry. Across Jamaica, our elderly population has contributed greatly to the growth of our society. But with age comes challenges of health and limited income, thus the need for tailored social services. In observance of September being Senior Citizens Month, today we're looking to get the facts on Jamaica's social security programs and systems and the support they offer the elderly. We have with us for this discussion Mrs. Audrey Dear Williams. She's the Chief Technical Director in the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. Mrs. Dear Williams, welcome to Get the Facts.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Let's jump right into getting some facts. So let's start off with definitions. Sure. When we say elderly, who are we talking about really?
So when we say elderly, and in fact, the proper term these days is older persons.
Older persons.
Elderly sounds somewhat discriminatory, so we've moved to older persons. So for us, an older person is someone who is 60 years and over.
60 years and over.
Right, and that is consistent with the UN definition of somebody who is an older person.
Right. So in light of what we mentioned, perhaps health challenges, income challenges, this older person, these things come with that territory. What would you say are perhaps the top 2 social security programs they have available to them?
So at the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, we have a number of social protection programs which are tailored and catering to our senior citizens.
Right.
So they can be categorized broadly into 2 segments. We have our non-contributory as well as contributory programs. So in terms of our contributory programs, most persons would know the National Insurance Scheme.
Right.
That is where most persons get their main source of pension from. As a matter of fact, the National Insurance Scheme currently caters to almost 150,000 pensioners across Jamaica and across the world.
Right.
So we have approximately 136,000 pensioners locally and another 12,000 pensioners overseas.
Okay. That's contributory.
Contributory. So you have to contribute to the National Insurance Scheme, meet our contribution requirements in order to benefit. And that is, you must make a minimum of 10 weekly average contributions over your working life to benefit from the National Insurance Scheme.
What about the non-contributory one?
So our non-contributory program is the social pension, which was launched in 2021. And that caters to persons who are 75 years and older, who do not receive a pension from any source, who are not in any government institution and have no other source of income.
Right.
And so we have a bi-monthly payment for those persons. Persons apply and can qualify for our social pension program.
Bit of an obvious question, but I just want to put it out there. You can't benefit from both.
No, you can't. No, you can't. It's one or the other.
Right, one or the other.
Yes.
And you said something a while ago, you have to apply. So it's not just automatic that you're enrolled, for example, in the non-contributory scheme there.
No. You have to apply. You're required to apply. You can apply at any of our parish offices across the island.
Parish offices across the island. Because when we're talking about this class of Jamaican, we also have to consider things like mobility, access. There is an office that they can access wherever they are.
Yes.
Or near in whatever parish.
That's right. So there are parish offices established at main town centers in each parish. Right, so there is a parish office in each parish. Well, with Kingston and St. Andrew, we have one. The office at Ripon Road caters to National Insurance Scheme. And we have an office on Harbour Street, which is our Public Assistance Department, which is where persons would go to apply for the social pension.
So nobody.
But I must add, though.
Please go ahead. Yes.
Because we pride ourselves in being the people's ministry. And some years ago, we said we take our services to the palms of our citizens. So we have established offices, satellite offices, right across the island. Each parish has satellite offices which are established where persons can go on a set basis to access our benefits, all of our benefits at those satellite offices. We have more than 26 satellite offices across the island.
Got it.
In each parish.
Got it. So that's in terms of accessing the offices. What about the service itself? Is there anything you can share with us about how we have made it easier to access or get into the benefits themselves?
Really, you do have to access the service by applying. Largely, our systems do not cater for online at the moment, but believe me, it is in our plan to take our services online, so persons will be able to access the benefits through online applications. We are working hard to ensure that we will be able to offer those in the near future.
All right, so we're going digital.
Digital.
And I assume not just even with applications, but we've heard about payments being...
That's right. So as of now, approximately 80% of our NIS pensioners receive payments through direct deposit. And it is so easy, so convenient for them. Any issues?
That's the feedback you're getting?
Yes, that's the feedback we get, and we're happy with that. In terms of our social pension, all of our payments are digital. So you either get a payment directly to your bank account or through the remittance agencies. And we work with our remittance agencies to ensure that, the service standards are there to meet the needs of our older persons.
The JIS Creator Challenge is back. What's unique about my parish, Salt River, every Saturday morning?
It's the heartbeat of Jamaica, one capital city.
What do I like about Manchester? It's always so cool.
What do you think about St. Thomas? What do you think about one Paul Bogle?
Now it's your turn. Create a video 1 minute or less under the theme, My Parish, My Pride.
Show with the history, the landmarks, the people, the food, anything that's unique to your parish.
Upload your entries to Instagram or TikTok and tag JIS Voice by October 31st.
Follow us on all our platforms for more details on how to enter and the prizes to be won.
Your parish, your story, your pride.
We are upon. Join the JIS Creators Challenge today.
According to the Jamaica Public Service Company, the average cost of electricity is $65 per kilowatt hour. Earning for just 2 hours a week might seem harmless, but over a month, that adds up to 6 kilowatt hours, costing you $455. Using a curling iron for 30 minutes a day, that's 3 kilowatt hours and $195 on your monthly bill. And your hairdryer, just 30 minutes a day, racks up a shocking 45 kilowatt hours, costing you $2,925 per month. Here's a tip. Unplug grooming tools when not in use and limit usage time to save on your light bill.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow and we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via X at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
When it comes